Hey everyone, my name is Luca. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Bull Read. This is an interactive story. The plot will change based on your choices you make. The story is broken into 5 chapters. Play straight through or at your own pace. There's no waiting and no pauses. Enjoy and choose wisely. So this is a game I saw at Markiplier Play a long time ago, and I watched the first episode. It was really fun. It's cool. I'm sorry my voice doesn't sound as good as his because he's perfect for those types of games. And I went on vacation then for like 2 weeks, and I completely forgot about the game. And I don't know why, but it got recommended like yesterday. And I bought it just right now and I installed it because it was only like 200 megabytes, I think. And we're gonna hopefully play through the first chapter today and choose it. So first chapter, I might remember some stuff, but it was a long time ago. I can't remember, maybe a year ago. I'm not sure, I haven't checked, but I want to play through this game so that I can watch him play it because I kind of forgot it and I was really excited to watch it. So let's begin. Hopefully you guys can hear everything because this is awesome game. So yeah, I remember like you wake up, I'm not sure. Let's just go to it. I'm not going to act like I know stuff and I don't. So enjoy. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Okay, do I click on it or what? Okay, now I found my game cracked. I open my eyes and the first thing I want to do is scream. I'm flat on my back and everything seems to hurt. The trees overhead look familiar. It's a clear night sky, almost beautiful. Except for the fact that this means I've been out cold for at least 6 hours. But there's something wrong. I don't remember what, but something happened and my head, my god, my head hurts and a ringing in my ear. Was there an accident? An explosion, I think. I remember Dennis screaming. But after that, I can't remember. As I sit up, I notice that my hard hat has been thrown off. I look around the area, but it's not here. It feels strange to go anywhere without my hard hat, but I've got to find the other members of the crew, or they could be in danger. So and then you have choices, and it's so cool at the start. There's settings. I don't know if I should click. I don't know what this is. Oh, full screen. Yeah, okay. No, this is a thing only. So there's sound, important notifications. Sure. Enter email. Okay, that's it. Now if I do something, maybe like change setting now. Okay, so search for hard hat or forget the hat. Search for crew. So we just woke up without it, and I guess there's time to search, even though we're missing our crew. But let's just search. I get up on my shaky legs and look around for a moment. A few nearby trees look to have been splintered and broken at the base recently. They certainly weren't like this earlier. Searching for the hard hat feels normal. It makes me feel like maybe there isn't something wrong here. I see it behind the fallen log about 10 feet away from me. How it was thrown so far, it's beyond me. Driven by nothing more than habit, I walk over to it, pick it up and place it on my head. Next I walk over to the center of the logging site and don't like what I see. Ooh. Sorry, I'm not the best reader, but I'm sorry. That's all I can say. Ooh, that looks bad. The logging site looks like a bomb was detonated right in the center. I don't know where to start. The one load that we had managed to stack on the truck for the day is overturned. The trailer bent and the logs hanging off the back. Where the hell is everyone? My head is killing me and this ringing in my ears. I can't hear anything. Not birds, not my footsteps, nothing. It makes me wonder if I hit my head after my hard hat flew off. I ran through a quick mental checklist to make sure my brain is still working. My name is Roger Hastings. I'm 41 years old. The year is 2017. I own a small logging company. We've been logging in this strip of Kentucky woodland for almost a month now. Okay, so my brain does work. That's a relief, but it also makes me fearful because something is clearly not right here. I look around the logging site in my mind trying to figure out what happened. What has happened? Just about every piece of equipment has been overturned or tilted. Look at debris or look at truck. I guess debris because, I mean, what can you find in the truck? Let's hope. There are bits of debris everywhere. There are fragments of the 5-gallon bucket I keep our work rags in, a loose saw chain, and an overturned gas canister. Had there been an explosion, all the fuel on the site would have started a fire. There's no charring, no burning, nothing. I walked through the area where Dennis had been working. From the looks of it, he'd been moving slowly. He'd only taken down 4 trees today. His metal lunchbox is open, an indicator that he's been taking an early break. But he's not here. No one is here. Where the hell is everyone? I could try to make a call on my cell phone, but its battery is already running really low. Not that it matters, the reception is crap out here anyway. Yell out or call on someone on cell. Well, you have low battery and reception is crap like you say. Just yell out, why not? Hey guys, where is everyone? I saw Markiplier do it, that's the only thing. Tony, Dennis, Frank, Joe. I think that's my crew then. But their names fall flat among the wreckage. I get nothing back other than scaring away a few birds overhead. Might as well start walking and try to find some answers. The highway is almost a mile back to the woods down the gravel road we used to reach the site. Maybe the crew ran that way for help. But why would they have left me? Were they scared? Out of sorts? Maybe I can catch up to them, but with my truck turned over on its side, it looks like I'll be walking. My god, I can't even remember what I was doing before waking up on my back. Wait, what's that? Underneath the bulldozer. Oh my god, it's a leg. A leg? It has to be either Tony or Dennis. The dozer looks unstable, like it might roll some more. Might not be safe to get close, but at the same time, I can't just leave him there. A leg? Oh. Shit. I have to look, man. Hey, I yell, are you okay? Are you alive? Good questions. Holding onto my hat, I skip over the wrecked equipment and stray logs to get closer. I can see a bit more of the leg. The jeans are soaked in blood. I can recognize the work boots. It's clearly Tony. His leg is bent at an impossible angle, nearly crushing flat. The closer I get, the more apparent it becomes that Tony didn't survive. Leave the body alone, pull the... No, I'm not gonna pull the body out. That's just gross. And plus, the bulldozer unstable, it can just drop on top of me. I mean, there's like arrows, so I can just... Oh, I can choose on those, so you don't have to use mouse at all. There's nothing I can do for him now. I start to back away slowly. In my shock, I stumble back, suddenly tripping over one of the stray logs. My head collides with one of the logs as I bite the ground, but my hard hat does its job. Thank God I said to look for it earlier. Yay. But what's more startling is realize that Tony's dead. Yeah. Look at him. I feel something rising up in my throat, and I don't know if it's a vomit or scream or a vomit. But I have to push it away. If I lose my cool right now, there are too many questions that will go unanswered. Shit, I can't believe this. Tony. He had 2 boys. He coached his oldest son's baseball team. He was the hardest worker I had and one of the most honest and reliable men I knew. This isn't right. Oh shit. I can't stay here. I have to find Dennis, Frank and Joe. I have to find out what happened here. Oh man. I keep clicking my mouse, but I'll just use it. I should have turned it off in the recording thing. I'll do it next episode. Sorry. Ooh, trees. Okay. As I walk through the stacks of logs from the last week to last week or so of work, everything feels frozen. This high-pitched sound in my ears, it's terrible. It keeps happening every few seconds and sounds like it's coming from far away. I can't help but wonder, is it my ears or is it something else? The silence out here is creepy, and there's a smell, like the atmosphere after a bad summer storm. I might as well admit it, I'm a little scared. Everyone is missing and it's that quiet out here. There doesn't even seem to be a breeze to rustle the leaves and branches. My right knee hurts like hell. My head was hurting so bad before that I never even noticed the pain in my knee. I must have hurt it during the what? Accident or... Wait, is that Dennis? I see him sitting on the ground motionless about 30 feet away. I'm not gonna walk up to him. Okay, yell. Dennis! I yell. Dennis, can you hear me? Dennis lets out a shout like someone waking up from a nightmare. He then looks back at me from the ground. Yes, Roger, I hear you. He hollers back as I head over to him. Dennis is built like a wrestler and has the tough personality to match, but in this moment he looks disoriented and even a little anxious. Though I'm glad to see him, the fear on his usual confident face is alarming. What the hell happened? What's going on? He asks. Don't know, the crew is missing. And I'm not gonna say I think. I don't know what happened. Don't know, the crew is missing. Missing? Where do you think they went? Dennis says. I'm not sure, but it has me pretty freaked out. Something's not right here. Still sitting on the ground, he looks around the woods as if he is just now understanding the severity of the situation. The equipment was overturned, the dozer too, I say, shifting my hard head and wiping my forehead. You okay? I ask him. Yeah, just shaken up. Me too. This might be the most intimate conversation Dennis and I have ever had. While he and I were always on good terms, we've never been practically close. I've always respected him though. Sure, he's come to work for a few times looking like he'd been in a bar fight the night before, but I've also seen him do an enthusiastic impression of a dinosaur as he played with Tony's kids while they waited for their dad to finish up his shift. It's then it hits me. Dennis and Tony were really good friends. I'm not sure I want to rattle him with the news of Tony's death right now. Not before we know what's going on, but he has the right to know. Nah, you can't hide that. I'm gonna say it. Oh man. We were up front with Dennis about Tony. Dennis's eyes fixate on me, startled. He was crushed under a dozer, I say. Dennis pauses for a moment like he's trying to understand what I said. His eyes narrow and his bottom lip quivers. Shit, he says. And I can tell that he is fighting back tears. He and Tony had been tight, almost like brothers. Hey, he adds quickly as if he's trying to escape the reality of Tony's death. Did you see that light? No. What did you see? I don't even know, Roger, he says. It was like this flare of white light. It came right up off the ground, like an explosion. So there was an explosion, I say. Maybe it was some equipment, or this was no equipment, Dennis interrupts, agitated. This huge ball of light came right out of the damn ground. What did it look like? Well, he told us what it looked like, so where did it go? I guess it just shot up in the sky until it was out of sight. When? I'm not sure, but I had finished about 10 trees for the day and I was about to top one. That's when it happened. You were almost done with 10 trees? Yeah, he says, looking at the ground. You know, I wouldn't want to take lunch break until well, didn't we find, like, okay, and that's when the light blew up. Why? You don't believe me? No, I believe you. It's just, didn't we, like, find out, there was only, like we said, that he opened his lunchbox early and there was only, like, 4 trees cut down? Or we can go up? We can go, okay, I'm not gonna go all the way back. Actually, you can't, maybe it's just for the scene, but okay. I believe you, Dennis. I believe you, man. You believe Dennis' story? Yeah. He saw what he saw. I think to myself, he has no reason to lie about this. My God, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, he says. But if I'm being honest, it scared me pretty bad. And if it's all the same to you, I'd like to get the hell out of here. We both stand up and start heading towards the road. It isn't until we start moving that I see Dennis is wounded. His right side is coated in blood, the red seeping through his blue work shirt. There are splatters of it here and there, but also a very large red splotch that makes me worry. Are you in a lot of pain? How'd you get that injury? I mean, sure, if he's in pain, he might tell me, man. How did he get it is more important. Maybe it's from the ball of light, though. I'm curious. Why not? I'm not sure. I must have gotten thrown or hurt somehow from that light. It's then that I notice that the strange ringing noise is still filling the air. Hey, I say, stopping. Do you hear that high-pitched ringing noise every once in a while? Dennis looks scared when I ask him this question and he just nods. I thought it was just me, he says. He looks out of sorts and uncertain. I've never seen him like this before. It's obvious that he's looking for some reassurance. Even though I'm his boss, there's something very unnerving about this. We'll be okay, it's probably nothing. It's freaking me out. I mean, he's looking for reassurance and everything seems not that terrible right now. It's freaking me out, sure, but I'll just go with reassurance. Let's be realistic, I tell to myself. I might as well try to be empathetic. Out here in the middle of these woods, the ringing could be anything. Maybe a car alarm from throughout the woods or something. Still, in my passive comment seems to have reassured Dennis. He looks a bit calmer, more relaxed. We both start moving forward and don't say another word. Did you try to call Frank? I know he had his cell on him today. Not yet. Luckily, I still have some battery left. I pull out my cell and call Frank. Happier I didn't make that call to Dennis earlier. Yeah. It rings, but he doesn't pick up. But then I hear his phone go off behind the stack of logs. Dennis and I give each other a look. Oh shit. I don't know why I always say that. As the phone goes to voicemail, I hang up and we walk behind the logs to find Frank's phone on the ground, abandoned. We look around for Frank but find nothing, not a single trace. It's then that I notice something really odd, a 10-foot wide hole in the ground, right near where the phone was. But there's no stray piles of removed dirt or rocks. It's clean, smoothly dug, cutting into the earth, wide but only a few feet deep. It looks unnatural, like the ground was just deleted, no shovels or diggers used. Dennis walks over to it. This looks like the same kind of hole where I saw that light come from the ground, he mutters to himself. I say nothing, but my mind is spinning and I don't know what to think. We need to get out of here, Dennis mutters. At that moment, that ringing noise carries through the forest again, sending a shiver down my spine. Dennis is right. There's something strange going on, and we might not be safe here. But that ringing sound could be a clue to where the rest of the crew went. Okay, I'm gonna do something crazy here. I'm gonna because I remember this part. Markiplier went and then he found like a I don't even know what it was, but something underground. I want to see what happens when we like I would choose this as well. But if this is like a secret ending or something, I'll just go with it. Let's get away from here. We decide to avoid the sound. With that, we turn and start walking to the west in the direction that I'm pretty certain leads to the road. Okay, let's see if this is different, or maybe just the same thing. Oh no, it's different, I think. Okay, here we go. It's sort of embarrassing. I've been a logger for nearly 15 years, but I'm finding it easy to get lost in these woods. The trees are so thick and placed that the moonlight doesn't even reach the ground. It's easy to get turned around. My only hope is that I can find the overgrown dirt road that will lead us back to the highway. You sure we're headed the right way? Dennis asks. Pretty sure, I say. I turn to him and see that he's clearly in pain. I can't talk, I'm sorry. It's at this moment that we come upon another one of those smooth holes. This one is even stranger because a nearby tree also has a chunk cut out of it. The arc goes smoothly through the ground and then up through the trunk like a cartoon wrecking ball blasts through both of them. What the hell are these things? Dennis whispers to himself. He takes a step down into the hole, his boots creating imperfections in the shape like footprints on a sand dune. Step down into it, walk around. I'm gonna walk around the perimeter. I mean, Dennis went in already, and it's not dangerous, right? He went into the hole. Yeah, he went down into the hole. Walk around the perimeter. I might find something around it. It might help me. Like, I think this is a ball of light that coming through the ground or something. But maybe there's something inside that we can find. Let's do that. I take a step down with Dennis into the hole, if that's even what you call it. As I stoop down to examine it, I'm amazed at how smooth it is. Even rocks that were under the earth had been sheared to fit the spherical shape. It's then that I feel the ground beneath my feet start to sag. By the time I'm aware of what's happening, the ground is giving away and I'm falling. Shit, I cry out. I'm surprised that I can barely hear Dennis letting out a curse as I go down into the earth. Oh man, I should have walked around the perimeter. My first choice was right. Oh, this is totally different than what Markiplier did though. Oh, cool. The fall isn't a long one, but when I hit something a few seconds later, it hurts like hell. The wind goes rushing out of me when I hit, and a sharp pain fills through me. What the hell? I say once. My breath is back. Beside me, Dennis is slowly rolling over to get to his feet. I look up and see the hole in the ground where we fell through. It looks to be about 10 feet over our heads. It's completely dark, but there's a small flicker of light further into the cave ahead of us, and a solid wall of rock behind us. Looks like the only way out are further down the cave, or up through the way we fell in. Dennis might be able to boost me up there, but with his injury, I'm not sure how stable he is. He might drop me. Fuck, man. I mean, the first thing is I would like to try to climb out, but then if Dennis gets more injured, he might die because he's already losing a lot of blood. Why can't I boost Dennis? Why is that not an option? Head into the cave, it would be a smart decision. I mean, smart, I don't know if you can call it smart, but Yeah. I said we'd better not risk hurting ourselves trying to climb out, yeah. And plus, if one climbs out, we can't boost the other. As we turn to head into the cave, I take a closer look at the lighter further ahead and realize it's artificial. We both start heading towards it instinctively. As we step into the light, panic gently I don't even know what that word means. Gnaws at me because what I'm seeing makes absolute no sense. It's no longer a cave or hole. It's a long, sparsely lit corridor. Oh, it might be the same. We just skipped some stuff. I think it is the same. We just skipped finding the thing. Okay, it's just... I'm not saying... It's a massive corridor. In fact, it seems to go on forever. This corridor is mostly dark with emergency lights on every 10 feet or so. I turn to my left and see that there's a door which appears to lead upwards to the outside, but it's locked tight. I push as hard as I can, but no luck. Dennis, help me with this, I say. He comes over and we both try to kick the door open, but it doesn't budge. For some reason, someone doesn't want people getting out of here. Looks like we're headed down the hallway. Tiptoe or walk quickly. No, Dennis is hurt. We're just gonna tiptoe. I feel like a ghost, like I truly have no business being here. Dennis leans on me for support. We move slowly, our feet not making a sound. If anyone is in here, I want to make sure they don't hear us. We tiptoe forward as softly as we can. As I carry Dennis to the far end of this otherwise featureless place, I see a flight of concrete stairs leading down. I have to set Dennis down on the floor. His weight is killing me. Dennis, are you okay? Stop worrying, man, he says. I'll be okay. I just need a minute to rest, but looking at him, I'm not so sure. I can still hear the ringing noise every so often, coming from somewhere in here. I look ahead at the concrete stairs, pointing towards them so that Dennis sees them. Can you make it down those stairs? I ask. He stands up slowly and is visibly making an effort to not fall back down. Yeah, he says, and sounds a little irritated. He starts for the stairs without me, and I have no choice but to follow. We approach the stairs, and by just looking at them, I get the same sense that we're crossing some sort of line here. There may very well be no going back. Okay, so we end up the same, but I wonder if we like search the perimeter and only Dennis falls, but maybe we try to help, or maybe just we still fall. I think we still end up here, but I will never know, I guess. Okay, yeah, I remember the stairs. Okay. As I head down the stairs, I notice that they look aged. That damn ringing noise is somewhere below, louder than ever. I feel like I'm walking down into the cellar of a haunted house. The light becomes scarce as the stairs take a slight turn. I can feel the temperature drop. Dennis makes it a few steps down before he's leaning on the wall. He's breathing like he just finished a marathon. Pause to give him a break, keep on pace. No, we have time. It's not like... Let's take a break, I say, putting my hand towards his shoulder to help steady him. Dennis lets out a sigh. Thanks, I don't feel too great, boss. As we both squat down on the stairs, my mind seems to lock in on the unknown fate of the rest of our crew. Frank is married, and I've met his wife a few times, a nice woman with a huge laugh. My heart sags a bit when I realize I might never again get to hear him belting out classic rock tunes during lunch break. Joe. Well, I don't know too much about him. He's 22 years old and is considering community college. His folks are deadbeats, so he has been providing for himself since the age of 16 or so. Maybe I can still find them and still get to hear Frank singing in his deep baritone voice after a few too many drinks. After a few minutes, then Dennis says, "Alright, let's keep going." We both stand up, leaning on each other. I have to make Dennis stay behind me as I stick my foot out in search for the next step. I can't help feeling like a child as a very powerful fear seizes me. I'm expecting a monster to reach out of the darkness, slicing into my throat. After what feels like forever, we come to the bottom of the stairs. We're closer to that ringing noise now. A door sits secretly in the wall and looks just as out of place down here as I feel. A sliver of light seeps through, illuminating the area. The door has what looks like a panel with lots of labels and lights. Small embossed print above the panel say "Leave 01" or just "Leave 1 entrance gate transport sector," and there's a button with no label. Push the button. Inspect the label. I'm gonna push button. What would I push? If I've learned anything from anywhere, don't push random buttons. The panel looks like a diagnostic or alert system of some kind. Each level means to communicate some status. Lockdown engaged. Experiment in progress. Shutdown engaged. Those all appear to be off, but one of the phrases has a slowly blinking red light next to it. The only powered light on this whole thing. Abnormal entity breach. What the hell? I slowly push the door open when Dennis suddenly steps in front of me, taking the lead. Let's go, he says. I want to find out what the hell this place is. Sorry, microphone. As Dennis walks through, that ringing or beeping or whatever it is gets a little louder. It might be an alarm. The door closes. I said that like I'm reading, but I was just wanting to say. The door closes behind us with a click. I can't help but notice the wobbling in Dennis' steps as he lets out a grunt. You sure you're healthy enough to keep going? I ask. It doesn't matter. I don't want to be in the woods right now. He seems scared, something I've never seen before. Angry, yes. Upset, yes. But Dennis is never scared. So in the woods, what did you see? What's so dangerous? I guess what did you see? But wait, abnormal entity reach. I don't remember. I mean, I don't know how far the Markiplier did in his first episode, but I don't remember. Yeah, abnormal entity breach. Does that mean like aliens? Or I just don't know what that is, and I'm a complete idiot. Okay, but what did you see? I don't know what I saw, boss. It was like someone had left a radio on crackling, but we don't have any radios at the site. It was, I don't know. It was like someone in the forest was moving. Something. I give him a doubtful look and he casts his eye to the ground, frustrated. I know how it sounds, he says, but I know what I felt. It was like walking into a funeral parlor, feeling death and gloom everywhere. I've been so preoccupied with my own fear that I nearly forgot about the ringing noise. It had just become background noise. We take a few more steps and I can now see where we are. It makes no sense, yet another thing that simply seems out of place. The shapes and muted colors of metal are easy to identify, but it just doesn't belong here. Okay, this is where the end of the episode ends. So if I click, it's gonna start the second one. Yes, I think it is. Okay, never mind. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment down below. Oh, what? Oh, you have choices. Respect the dead. You and 36 of players left Tony's body where you found it. Oh man. Secrets. You and 76 of players were upfront with Dennis about Tony's death. Trust. You and 55% told Dennis you believed the story. Curiosity. You and 25 of players ran away from the ringing noise. Yeah, it's just that like I didn't run away. I just wanted to see what the other one did because I saw Markiplier did the other one. And I just didn't want to pull body. It's not because like I didn't want to or like respect him or anything. I just thought it was dangerous because the bulldozer was unstable. So yeah, I hope you guys like I said enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like, comment down below for more of these videos. I also bought I don't even know what it's called, Oracle. I think I might play it because it was on on what do you say it? It had a like a 75% like decrease in price. How do you even say that? I don't know how you say it on English. But yeah, and it was like only $1, so I just bought it. The regular price I think was like $5 or something. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for more of these videos. I'll be back tomorrow. I should have recorded FNAF now, but I'm gonna switch in FNAF to not be twice a week, but I'm gonna record this instead. Plus I don't wanna play it, so yeah, because I'm scared. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.